Right, the next job, two jobs in fact, on the Burgess bandsaw is strip the motor down. Two reasons for doing this. One, I want to clean it because it's quite grubby inside, and also obviously I want to repaint the casing, and it's a lot easier to do that with the guts of the motor out of it. So we've got to strip that down. But first we're going to take a look at the one blade guide that we actually have. I'm going to take this apart and see exactly what I've got to do to reproduce this, because I need another one of these, plus I need two front guides as well, and they're very similar to this. So that's what we're going to do first. We'll take a close look at that. So this is the upper rear blade guide. I believe that the lower rear blade guide is identical to this. So I want to take it apart so that we can see exactly what it's made of. So basically you've got this threaded thumb screw type here, which is what clamps it in place. There's some washers and a lock washer, and then there's this foam pad, which is the oiler pad, so that would have a few drops of oil on it, to the idea being that that oils the rotating part, which is this bit here, which the blade, when it's pushed back, the blade runs in that slot. That's the plan. So take that off. This nut is so that the position of the guide can be moved that way or that way to line it up with the blade, and then you lock it with this screw. That's the plan. That's how it's supposed to work. Let's take that off. So okay, so it looks like the roller is held in place with the C-clip. So we'll remove the C-clip and then take the roller off. So there's our C-clip. Somewhat mucky. That came off easy enough, and then hopefully now we can pull the roller off. There we go. So there is a unthreaded portion here that the roller runs on, and that's basically the roller guide there. So obviously I've got to make this and this, and one of those as well. Well, actually, in fact, what I've got to do is I've got to make 3 of these. That shouldn't be too difficult to make. I mean, it's it's only basically a bolt, so that shouldn't be too difficult. Obviously, this has got to be hardened somehow, and it's a very, very thin slot in there. So I need a very thin slitting saw, grinding, cutting disc for that. But yeah, this is it shouldn't prove too difficult to replicate these parts, hopefully. Okay, let's move on to the motor. So the motor, right, first thing we've got to do is take the pulley off, and there is a roll pin, well, you can see that, but there is a roll pin holding the motor on, which is just there. So we're going to tap that out, hopefully. It looks like it comes from that side. Well, that wasn't too much drama, and that wasn't too much drama either. So give us a chance to clean that up, clean the motor shaft up. It's pretty rusty here. So that's that. So now we should be able to undo these with a bit of luck. That one's coming off. That one was actually loose. Let's try the others. Good. It's always nice when you don't have to struggle. Actually, it was, it just shows you when I first got the bandsaw, I did actually squirt these with plus gas, these these nuts, but that was over a week ago now, because obviously I've been doing other things on the bandsaw. I haven't had a chance to get around to the motor, so that obviously was worthwhile doing, because these have come off relatively easily. So. I have actually marked the casings, so there's a couple of dots this side and one dot this side. I don't think it matters too much, because I think it's not symmetrical, so it can only go together one way. So pop these out. Okay, so now what we've got to do is see if we can get the case apart. So I'm just going to tap it gently with this hardwood. It looks like it's coming. Okay, let's move it around a bit. Yeah, it's definitely coming off. Yeah. Slow and steady is, I think, the order of the day with this. Yeah, nearly there. So I don't want to go too bullet a gate at this, and just gently do it. It's definitely coming off. Look at the craps coming out of it. Definitely needed to be stripped down. There we go. Right. Yeah, it's in pretty good nick actually, but it's filthy, as I think you can see quite clearly. So yeah, absolutely filthy. So this will give me a good opportunity to clean this out and then repaint the cases. So that wasn't too much of a drama, thank God. I managed to tap the rotor out of this front housing without too much of a problem, or rear housing I should say. Bearing feels okay. There's no play in it at all, so I may not. So does the other one. I'll probably just leave those. I mean, this just needs a damn good clean up, basically, as does the inside of the casing. Yeah, it's obviously a lot easier to paint this now it's apart. So yeah, clean up process next then. Well, the motor's been cleaned up and resprayed, and it's come out quite well. Cleaned up okay. So we're about ready for reassembly now, and hopefully that should be the motor done. Yeah, say it all turned out quite well, really. Right, I'm gonna get on and put that back together. I won't bother filming it because obviously it's just the reverse of taking it apart, and I'll come back when it's back together. That's the motor done. All I've got to do is crimp some spade terminals on the end of the wires, so it's ready to be plugged into the switch. But yeah, it all turns nicely. It's turned out okay. Quite easy to work on these AC motors. There's not an awful lot to them, so they're a lot easier to strip down than say a DC motor. So yeah, that's ready to go back on, and I think the paint's had several days to dry now on the castings, so I think we can start putting the thing back together.